This is Ray, Manchester United supporter and P1 supporter. Fuck the rest of the league. Red Devils are going to win this shit. Peace out, baby. Oh, and you're listening to DU Football Show.
Changed name.
I would say Manchester United did an actual change name this weekend.
Oh, yeah, they changed their fortunes.
Yeah, no
That's
shit.
the truth.
Well, and, you know, they are in 5th place, and you like to bottle it, so maybe they could win the
Come
league.
on, bro. Be serious.
Let's start the show.
Born in the land of Bowie, Maryland. Bred to be a fan of fucking Everton. Punch you in the eye and drink your rye. Sam Houston.
Sam Houston?
Arsenal fans have another Sam. AKA the fucking Gooner Graham. Smells of a lord. Looks great in shorts. Sam Graham, hey.
Sam Graham.
Fucking United! Fucking United!
Hello and welcome to the DU Football Show, a completely biased recap of the English Premier League as told by two common American schmucks. I am your host, Sam Houston, and across the way from me, the man who says, South Carroll County, meh. My co-host, Mr. Samuel Graham. How you doing over there, buddy?
Not too bad. Thank you very much. How are you?
You like that? That has layers, but not everybody knows the layers.
Yeah,
But you and I know the layers. It's pretty good, right?
we do.
Yeah, we do. We're
good.
we simpatico.
It's good stuff.
Yeah, exactly. Like quoting Full Metal Jacket. We're on the same
Oh,
page there.
for that, yes, we're on the same page with that.
And of course, on the ones and twos, we've got producer.
Get your fat
Mel.
ass over that obstacle.
Yeah, exactly. Producer Mel. Is that a jelly donut? Because you're a disgusting fat body, Private Pile. Producer Mel, how you doing over there?
There we go. I'm good. Had to get for that last little or the OCD in me was not going to be okay.
Well, and also Graham likes it when you do that too. He gets all riled up about
No,
it.
I'm good. My foot hurts, but other than that,
Wonder why your foot hurts. There may be a theme with our fantasy football this week. Just want to say.
God, I haven't even looked at them.
We're recorded at the U Public House just outside the nation's capital. You can check us out wherever you get your podcast, and of course, streaming live every single Monday night. Should you want to chat with us, there's many ways that you can. Mr. Graham, tell the good people how they can get in touch.
Absolutely. It's at DU Football Show on all the social medias and dufootballshow@gmail.com to get in touch via email.
And as Graham said in the pre-show there, don't even bother with Instagram because it ain't happening.
I mean, you can do whatever you want on there.
I mean,
We somehow picked up new followers.
we're on Blue Sky.
Yeah, exactly. So, again, go fuck yourself. You ditched your responsibility in Twitter.
I'm all over the TikTokies, and trust me, motherfucker, I do a lot more than fucking your average bear on this goddamn show. Sorry,
okay.
Russ. Sam and myself both work in the wine and spirit industry and both have a deep, passionate love for all things distilled spirits. So as the red-blooded Americans we are, we vow to have a drink in our hand throughout this show and every single show. Mr. Graham, the Whiskey Advocate top 25 list, top 20 list of 2025. I'm going to fuck that up a lot. Continues. What are we drinking tonight?
We, sir, have the Drumshambo Marsala cask, which comes to you at 86 proof and should run you somewhere between $79.99 and $85.99.
Got it in DC. It was right around 85. There's
They-
always a little bit of a markup in DC.
Rated this a 94, and it's an Irish single pot still finished in Marsala casks.
We have had one of those before. We had the Bunnahabhain way back in the day. They did a Marsala finish.
Yeah. Drumshambo is, you know what I've seen, which I need to buy 2 or 3 of. When we do the gin binge in a bit, they have a Drumshambo 3 flavors. So the original and then 2 of their flavors and a miniature gift set.
Oh, that's fantastic.
So we could do them all on one
side
show.
by side.
Yeah.
I like that. I
That'd
like
be
that quite a bit.
Anyway, Drumshambo's always turned up pretty good stuff for us.
They made their pot still, original pot still, made the top 20 3 or 4 years ago.
Yep. So your blurb comes to you from Johnny McCormick of the Whiskey Advocate Tasting Panel, and he says the two key features make this beautiful single pot still from the Shed Distillery stand out. Crafted by head distiller Brian Taft from a combination of malted and unmalted Irish barley, as well as Irish Barra oats. It's fully matured rather than merely finished in Sicilian Marsala casks. It opens with, so I was wrong. It's not finished in Marsala. It's done completely in Marsala.
Wow. Okay.
Which is interesting. Sicilian Marsala cask at that. It opens with fragrant aromas of honey, apricot, florals, and clove-studded oranges.
Okay. Very vivid description,
I don't
but
know why
I
you
like.
would stick a clove into an orange peel. It's
Hot
weird.
toddies, you do it with lemons. Why wouldn't you do it with an orange?
You stuff a... What are you talking about?
With a hot toddy, you've never seen them take the cloves and put them into the lemon piece when you do it in the hot toddy?
No.
That's common, and you would do that with oranges too.
Never seen that before
Like
in my life.
wassails and stuff like that. Absolutely. You would.
Never seen that before in my life.
Yeah. Yeah, totally cool.
I
You
drink all Maryland wassail.
You
okay?
should try it.
The
You'll
old
like it.
Bordy.
Yeah, you should try it. You'd like it.
Pre-ready.
Yeah, you'd like it. You'd
All
like
right.
it quite a bit. Give it a try.
Again, it seems like a lot of admin. Which I just don't have time for. The luscious mouthfeel bursts with flavors of honey-drizzled stone fruits, mango, papaya, and pot still spices, and its seamless integration of flavors makes it well worth seeking out. I like it.
Yeah, Mel called it very sweet.
It is pretty sweet. Obviously, it's the wine.
Which I'm detecting a theme because last week's was pretty fucking sweet. Too.
I'm interested to see what the water's going to do to it.
Agree.
Just a reminder as well. This was number 18. We are going out of order because some things we don't have in stock yet. We haven't been able to find at all. And we already told you we're not going to the great lengths that we normally do to acquire every single bottle on this list.
Yeah, we're not overpaying for Maker's Mark.
Yeah.
We're not going to pay $200 over asking price for Maker's Mark. Just not going to fucking happen.
Yeah,
we've had their vintage stuff before. It's exceptional. I'm sure this one's exceptional. We're just not paying fucking $450 for it. Period. End of
So
discussion.
you're going to find a couple of holes in the list and maybe is in out of order here or there. Like number 19, My Company Carries. Should be able to buy a bottle of it. It's been out of stock. It doesn't come until the end of the month. So
Yeah, couple others aren't even available in the state.
Right.
One of those that isn't available in the state, which could be next week's, it depends, is in Virginia. We've got a friend looking for it for us, but we're like I said, we're not going to the Great
limited
Lakes.
production one as well. That one.
Yeah, very much so.
Maybe hard to come by. But back to this one because that's what's in our glass right now. I get the apricot. I get the honey. Up, for sure.
Yeah, stone fruit. Definitely.
I almost get a little bit of fig.
Yeah, I'd give you some fig. Not as much as last week's very raisiny kind of Amarone type thing.
Yeah, it may just be the way this wine interacts with the whiskey itself. It may be one of those kind of. Sometimes you can smell some things that aren't really there, if that makes sense. Like this conglomeration of smells comes together to smell like a fig, if that makes sense.
And also, you'd be an ass if you didn't say, "Hey, look, the writing does influence when you hear that certain things. You start to immediately notice them." If we did it blind, we'd probably catch some of the flavors, but not all of them. And both of us
I would never have picked out clove-studded oranges. I would never have picked out a culinary BDSM bomb.
Yeah,
Because that's what that sounds like.
Yeah, exactly.
It sounds like something I'd roll across your giant testicles.
Thank you for sharing. The one thing I did want to talk about is what is a pot still in regards to Irish whiskey, right? Because I think we all know blends, and then there's single grain, which is when they just do an individual grain done through a column still. Then there is obviously single malts, which single malts universally is 100% malted barley made in one production facility. Pot still is barley. 70% of it, a minimum of 70%, has to be malted. The other 30% can be unmalted. You can make it 80-20. You can make it 90-10, however you want to do it. But it is also has to be done through a pot still. Remember, they use column stills for blended and for single grain, right? But the Irish have a real fucking hard time with the coffee still, and they have a very bad history with them because remember, it was an Irish taxman that came up with the idea for the coffee still, and then promptly, when Ireland told him to fuck off, sold it to the Scots.
Yep.
And
who no longer really use it.
And they started making blended whiskeys, and blended whiskeys took over the fucking world while fucking Irish whiskeys fell off a cliff, along with all the other hardships that happened to the country. But it also didn't help that right across the way from them, Scotland were making more whiskeys faster, better, cleaner. Like,
But of course, it was a sellout that worked for HMRC. I mean, that's what it boils down to is British rule, and they bought themselves an Irishman to go around and do those things.
Mm-hmm. But ultimately, that's what a pot still is. So know that it is a blend of predominantly malted and unmalted barley that has to be made in a pot still. Those can be produced faster than a single malt.
Yes.
That's why you see a lot of pot stills, because remember, 15 years ago, 20 years ago, there were 3 fucking producers of whiskey in Ireland, and now there are 100.
Yep.
So you got to pay the bills.
Distilling came back to the place that invented it.
Yeah, but you had to produce whiskey quickly, and a pot still, you're able to a single pot still, like a pot still like this, you're able to do quicker.
Yep.
So, anyways, what else should we always do, Mr. Graham?
Always remember to drink responsibly.
Well done, producer Mel. She's looking at the chats and was just like, "Oh, okay, alrighty." I mean, let's face it, she'll know a little bit better about the marriage ender. We open with a one-sided Manchester derby that, despite some controversy, saw the noisy neighbors barely make a peep. Manchester United 2, Manchester City 0.
This should have read Manchester United 5, City 0.
That's in the notes, yes. Here's the thing. Right off the bat, you can't get away without talking about it, but I do want to say, before the incident, Manchester United walked right up to Manchester City, made a fist, and punched them in the bridge of their nose, right between their fucking eyes, and City cried. And then their eyes were filled with tears, and their nose was filled with blood the rest of the match, and they offered nothing.
Oh, yeah.
Now, that being said, in the 11th minute, Diego Dallo should have gotten a red card and should have been off the fucking pitch.
Absolutely.
There is no doubt about it that was a red card.
So they apparently have deemed there's a statement issued or whatever that the force, it was more of a glancing blow than it was dead on. I don't personally think that matters because I've seen red cards given for Declan Rice touching a ball 2 feet.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So it was high. It was dangerous. It's at a sensitive part of the leg.
Yeah.
I remember Gibril Cisse for Liverpool getting tapped on the side of the leg and his shin shattering.
Mm-hmm.
And he was out for like almost 18 months.
Yeah.
Years and years and years ago. I don't care how hard it was. His studs connected with the lower knee and upper shin of Jeremy Doku.
Yeah.
Should have been a red card, in my opinion.
Yeah, no doubt about it.
He was late, studs showing again, and he made contact. Like it was there.
Them talking about the level of veracity with the studs being up is them making an excuse for the fact that they missed a red card. Mm-hmm. And they know they missed a red card.
Absolutely.
And they looked at it for less than 30 seconds and said, nothing to see here. You cannot tell me for an instant, because this happened in your match, and it happened in our match, where it felt like VAR went, we're not going to be the ones deciding the outcome of this game. Mm-hmm. That it's exactly what it felt like.
Yep.
100% what it felt like.
I don't disagree with you.
Now, if Dallo gets that red card, does City grow into the game? Maybe, but they never showed up.
It's a lot easier to grow into a game when you're playing a man up.
But they never showed up.
I know, but that's now you're playing against 11 men.
Fair.
You're playing on an even playing field. When the things are tilted in your favor, it's a lot easier to grow into the game. I mean, look at look at Arsenal City when Arsenal went down to 10 versus the time City went down to 10.
Right.
They rescued a draw. They grew into the game. We sat back and decided, fuck you, we're chilling. They decided to do the same thing against us. We scored 5, remember?
Right.
So when the odds are tilted in your favor, it's a lot easier to grow into a game.
But I would say City had a lot of possession because United was letting them have possession.
It was a vintage. They rolled back the years.
United
It was
just
a
wasn't
vintage United performance.
United just wasn't going to let them get anything easy. Every time you went down the field, a body was going to be on you. You were going to get knocked around. Holland was useless.
Well, I think that's more, Holland especially is more down to Martinez. Holland needs service. He doesn't create on his own.
Oh, yeah.
So Martinez and Harry Maguire were able to shepherd him. They couldn't get him the ball.
Right.
The service just wasn't there.
Right.
But United worked tirelessly. They didn't give them anything is the key. They didn't put a foot wrong. The one they did put wrong wasn't punished.
Right. Precisely.
But they didn't put a foot wrong other than that, which was the key. You had, right from the off, right? What was it, 2.5 minutes in, Harry Maguire smashes off the crossbar?
Yeah. One that he should have had.
With the header? No, absolutely. It was a free header.
God, free header.
But so, and then Amad Diallo, is it Amad Diallo?
Diallo, yeah.
Hit the post late on
You said this already. This could have been 5 or 6. There were a couple that went off the post. There was one that got called back.
3 that were in the back of the net.
That got called back.
For offside.
Right. And then fucking
Donnarumma?
had himself a day. He had 4 or 5
He celebrated
really good
he
saves.
celebrated one save like he scored a goal.
That one against Casemiro, because it was a fucking incredible save. Like, that game could have been a lot worse. And here's where I wonder, where you talk about going down a man, right? And see, I think it would have been like how Everton beat United at Old Trafford. I don't think City would have grown into the game.
Well, did they have? Here's the question: did United have the lead on 11 minutes when that incident happened? I thought it was 0-0.
No, it was still 0-0.
I think that game would have finished 0-0 then.
Our game was 0-0 and we won 1-0.
Yeah, but I think y'all are better than United.
Yeah,
in a lot of cases.
But in that regard, it was just like United looked fucking good. Now here's the question. And we're going to talk about City at the end, but here's the question. If you want to talk about the goals, please, by all means, you can.
The only thing I want to say about City is the only thing they mustered, talking about how much space United ate up and how much stuff, like how well they shepherded those front 4 players for City. They only mustered a very weak looping header,
right,
as a shot on target at all in the game from 20-year-old Max Elaine.
Yeah.
I mean, it was a pitiful performance going forward. For all of that, though, it was such a vintage United performance. I mean, Sir Alex Ferguson was in the stand. The cameras wouldn't stop panning to him because it looked like he gave the team talk.
Yeah, that's now that you said what you said last week after Keane had said it, I can't unsee it. I'm like, stop fucking. He's not their fucking coach.
Well, but here's the thing. Here's the thing. And Carrick did this in his first stint in charge. So this has been a big theme on the Ramble for a week or two now. Is those that have suppled from Sir Alex's teat tend to do well. Essentially,
got it.
And you have the extremes. You have Amorim, who didn't. I'm not even sure he knew Sir Alex existed. Essentially, right? Then you had Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, who's essentially just giving Sir Alex head. Right.
Exactly.
Not even just suppling from the teat. Actually just has his balls in his mouth.
Just fucking Dutch rudder. You are so brave and so strong.
You have Michael Carrick, who in his first stint had 3 wins and a draw, I believe it was. And the draw, I want to say, was against Arsenal and beat 2 other like decent opponents,
right,
and barely lost to a third decent opponent,
right.
I can't exactly remember what those games were, but he was only in charge for 4 games before. Ole had that interim tag for about 15 games, and then they offered him a contract, and he was there for almost 3 years,
right.
And you saw what he did, right? But they've tried every type of manager. They've tried Mourinho, kind of ultimate tactician, hard-nosed, fucking do it one way. You had Louis van Gaal, who was regarded as a decent tactician. You had who else? You had David Moyes, who was an old school, what people view Sean Dyche as,
but
hard nosed, organized, fucking fight them, whatever.
The perfect replacement for Alex Ferguson.
They've tried so many different types of managers that just haven't worked out, just haven't done anything. And it seems like that old United DNA, the United way, and all this kind of crap it basically just is Sir Alex's tactics.
Mm-hmm.
And they still seem to work.
Right.
And it was, I could see, instead of Embuemo, Fernandes, and whoever it was running down the right, probably Diallo, for that counterattack, for that goal, I could just see it as Beckham, Giggs, and Scholes.
Yeah. Yeah.
You just see it be the same thing.
Right. Now.
Right? Keane makes the tackle.
Yeah.
Giggsy runs it out, gives it inside to Scholes. Scholes puts it through back to Giggs. Beckham's running there just to distract defenders. And then Ryan Giggs finishes.
Yeah.
It makes it, you could see it.
Right. Yeah. I don't disagree. Yeah.
Right? That's all it is.
Now, here's the questions for you is, do we think that this is an actual jump start to them? Do we think that this will get them going? Or do we think they play you next, they start tough, but they finish weak because you guys ultimately beat them, and then they don't give a shit again when they play Fulham?
So I think it's a platform to build from. I think playing us rather than Fulham immediately after is good for them, bad for us.
Right.
Because it's something they will all be interested in.
Up for, yeah.
Right. And now you've got two performances like that in a row. It's very easy as a manager to go, you better fucking be up for Fulham now.
Right.
Rather than...
You showed me you can do it here, and if you don't do it here, you're not fucking playing next
Exactly.
week.
Right. It's a lot easier to do that in that set of circumstances. If they were playing Fulham next, I think there's an easier drop-off.
Right. Fair.
Right?
Very fair.
So we'll see how it goes, and it'll be reflected in my bet of the week because Arsenal still aren't really pulling up trees.
Right. Here's the other question for you then. Do we think that this could be... Do we think that this team is still playing like this in March and April when they're not in Champions League spots and they're probably maybe looking at Europe?
I think they might be in Champions League spots.
Okay, I don't disagree.
And I think they might be in Champions League spots because of the inconsistencies of other teams.
Right.
And the injuries of other teams. I think United might find themselves backdooring into the Wenger Cup because of poor teams' performances, much like Nottingham Forest are likely going to stay up because of
poor teams'
three teams being bad.
Right. Very fair. Now, on to City. Credit to Pep, he did not lean into the red card that probably should have been called.
Yeah, he did not, which was I found amazing. I thought he was going to come out with scratches on his face again.
He took the licks and just went, they were ready, we weren't. They played great. We did not. We looked bad. Very odd. You don't hear him say that very often. And frankly, I mean, sometimes you get your ass whooped so bad that you just go, oh yeah, he fucking whooped me.
I mean, I'll tell you, later on in Arsenal's game this weekend, there was a decision that I thought could have gone another way.
Yeah, of course.
But are we going to go the way of everyone going to go the way of Liverpool and complaining about that one thing, or are we going to actually stand up and take responsibility for the other 89 minutes and 30 seconds of that game?
Fair.
And he chose to take responsibility for the 89 minutes and 30 seconds.
Now, in this world,
and that's a big deal. That's important.
In this world that we're in, City somehow always seemingly get people at a cheaper rate than everybody else would have. And now up here, they've gotten Semenyo, and it looks like Mark Gay's out the door and on the way to them.
So Semenyo was lucky because he had a release clause.
Right.
But the Gahey deal, I think Liverpool have played themselves out of Semenyo wanting to, of Gahey wanting to join them.
Right, because they haven't looked good.
They've looked like shit.
Yeah.
And he's like, I could probably win a trophy now. I'm going to play. Where maybe you thought Ruben Diaz and Vardiol or whoever, Ake or whoever might have played in front of him.
Vardiol being hurt, he ain't.
Well, both of them are hurt, right? And they're out for 6 to 8 weeks, so he can step right in and
play
and claim that spot.
Right.
And Palace were in a position. Realistically, Arsenal showed some last minute interest.
Yeah.
Is he going to start ahead of Gabriel and Saliba?
Nope.
No, sure isn't.
No.
Right? So why would I go there and risk my World Cup spot? Why would I go to Liverpool and join a seemingly, quote unquote sinking ship, all things being relative?
Right.
A
sinking ship that's probably going to finish in fourth.
A
and
sinking,
probably make it to the quarterfinals of the Champions League.
Or fifth, I think, probably.
Right. Yeah.
Now, of course, I had them just runners up.
Right.
but my whole thing is like, it's a set of circumstances where I don't think Vardiol is a natural center back anyway.
Right.
He's played so well at left back.
Yeah. But
Gahey can step in, lay claim to that second spot, and it's going to be him and Diaz moving forward when he's fit again.
Right.
Where Liverpool is, I don't know if I want this negative vibes going into the World Cup. I don't, whatever Liverpool maybe have a spending problem after the summer they had, all that kind of stuff. And he's going in the last 6 months of his contract. So Palace decided we want something rather than nothing. So it looks like 20 to 25 million is going to be it.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure he's a City player by the time they play over the weekend.
Final question for you. Could this be the title lost for City?
I'm not going to go that far.
The bottom three showed they may still have a little life, as all three got points against teams they had no business doing it to. West Ham 2, Tottenham 1, Burnley 1, Liverpool 1, Wolverhampton 0, Newcastle 0. Spursy at its fucking finest. Oh my God.
Thomas Frank is dead man walking.
And I don't blame him.
I do.
I think he's the right guy for the job, but the problem
he
is
looks out of his depth.
Spurs don't live in this universe where they realize, hey, maybe we need a season to reset and let somebody implement a program, but they somehow think that they deserve to be fifth place, and they just don't.
They're a big enough club to be. They played in a Champions League final in the last 6 years.
But their players aren't good enough right now. They need a coach that's going to overhaul this entire team.
But they spent $300 million in the summer.
They're not any good.
I know, and I think that's down to him. That's the problem.
I think it's down to the organization and the players.
Well, it is down to the organization as well. Absolutely. I mean, losing Daniel Levy is a big deal, right? I mean, he got a lot of stuff over the line, and they put out a great statement last week about we need to look back to the academy. We need to do this. We need to do that. There's, we focused more, under Daniel Levy, we focused more on the commercial side, arguably. Well, then why was the football better then?
Right. Well, if you need to look back to the academy, you need a manager that's going to learn how to bet in academy players. Thomas Frank's more that kind of guy.
Yeah, but I don't. They need a head of the academy that'll actually produce players. Because when's the last time they produced a proper player?
True, very true.
Right? They went to buying people, and they let Harry Kane go because they could, and he wanted to go because he wanted to win things because he knew it wasn't going to be at Spurs. The best meme that sums up everything is I heard. Didn't hear. I saw this meme. It didn't happen, but it's funny, is that the Spurs hierarchy met with Xabi Alonso to discuss the future of Tottenham and what they were going to do. And they essentially both mutually agreed that Tottenham will never win a trophy again. And that was the end of the story. It's under Thomas Frank. He looks out of his depth. He's misstepping. His substitutions aren't doing anything. And yes, I'm talking about the cup again. But if things are going well, that's a slightly annoying mishap. But things are shit. Things are shit. After spending 300-odd million, you're in the position you are. After missing out on every top target you had, you are where you are. Kolo Muani at one point was playing for PSG in a final of a Champions League. Or that might not be true. He definitely played in the final of the World Cup for France, though.
Right.
He was a 90 million pound player. What has he done? Richarlison has been the best player there.
And he's hurt.
The only Brazilian with no Brazil button. I don't know how many times I have to say that. The most hapless Brazilian that exists.
You've said it about 4 weeks in a row, so there's at least one more week for you to do it. You got to keep to your rule of 5 times.
It's absurd, man. I mean, it's just not good enough. They are not good enough as a squad. And look, as we're going to come on to, look at Burnley getting a point against Liverpool. Liverpool's bad season after spending $500 million in the summer is sitting in 4th place. Spurs, on the back of finishing 17th, find themselves in 15th.
Right.
They backdoored their way into the Champions League spot, and they're not exactly sitting in a great position.
So, more so, I want to talk about West Ham here, and not to be outdone by the Spursiness of Spurs.
But real quick, I have one final thing on Frank.
Got it.
The statement that came out, because the board had a meeting on Thomas Frank's future, and the statement that came out essentially was, we expect him to be in charge for the Dortmund game.
Which is this
Wednesday, Tuesday or Wednesday, the Champions League game. We expect Thomas Frank to be in charge for that game. It's because they also did not have a fucking succession plan for if things went wrong.
Right.
Problem. Again. Problem. Arteta's not under fire. I guarantee you Arsenal have at least 3 targets they're ready to talk to if necessary.
Right.
I guarantee you Newcastle have a couple of targets that they'd like to talk to if something happens to Eddie Howe. I guarantee you Brighton, Bournemouth, clubs of that stature have targets that they're looking to. Brentford, we saw what happened when everything was curtailed to Frank.
Yeah.
Keith Andrews steps in, bang. It's more of an organizational congratulations probably with Brentford, but I'm sure they have 2 more targets they've identified in-house or not.
Fuck Everton
that
probably
could do the same job.
Moyes is gone.
Yeah, but y'all will get that wrong also.
Right. Yeah, we
like
will.
you've done in the past.
Yeah, we will. Definitely. I can already tell you what it is. It's fucking Leighton Baines. It's Leighton Baines. It's just boys manage the team till Baines is ready, and then we'll make him manager.
Do you all want 3 points? Yes, I do.
He never talks, so I don't know what he's gonna fucking do for the pressers.
I would love if he came out and he was like, "Hey guys," it is like super deep voice.
Yeah. Now,
like Chef.
Not to be outdone by Spurs. West Ham also seemingly, they get the win, but how do they get the win? On the guy they plan on releasing before the end of the fucking month, giving him a fucking goal. Legitimately, the commentators at the end are like, yeah, Colin Wilson's out the door. I guess he gave him one last goodbye.
And Spurs are going to sign him.
Is he older? Yes. Is he past his prime? Yes. Does he get injured? Yes. But can he find a way to get you 3 points?
He's good for 11 goals a season.
Also, yes. And right now, West Ham, you need someone you can put on in the last 10 minutes and might give you a chance to win. And you're going to let him fucking walk. You've
They probably can't afford the wages.
Just, you're fucking
Somerville has looked better in the last couple weeks.
But it's just... And then Bowen can't do it all himself.
No, that's what I mean. Somerville has looked better in the last couple of weeks, right? He's gotten a couple of goals here. He had an assist at one point. I think that goal might have gotten ruled out, but they look like they're ready for a fight. I just don't think they're good enough to get over the line. I think that ultimately they still go down.
That was the final question. Can they escape? They're now within 5 of Forest.
Yeah, and Forest aren't good. I mean, there is a chance. Absolutely, there's a chance. But you're going to need all your pieces fit and firing and firing, in the same direction and for the same cause.
Also would have helped if you did something against them when you played them recently.
Correct. I think, I'd offload Paquetá. If you don't want to be there, fuck off then. We need everybody on this ship pulling in the same direction.
Yeah.
We don't need you trying to swing the mast the other way. Yeah. It's not a good thing.
What we need right now is
people that are going to
25 players who all they care about is this team needs to stay up.
Exactly.
And how Nuno plays ball is how we're playing ball. Even if it's completely counteractive to the way I as an individual play ball. I play for West Ham United. We are trying to survive. It's on our gaffer's shoulders. What he tells me to fucking do,
I'm going to do it. It's all hands on deck. It has to be there. All hands on deck.
Yeah.
I mean, for instance, going back for a second, like Amarim for over, a year and change, tried to implement this back three that they just simply didn't have the squad for.
No, they didn't.
Michael Carrick, one of the main differences to Michael Carrick's first game in charge there?
Four in the back.
Back four.
Yeah.
Bang, and look what
Changed
happens.
everything.
Oh, let's push Bruno up into a number 10. Look what happens.
Oh.
So, if you don't want to be a part of it, West Ham player X, whoever that is, fuck off then.
Yeah.
Callum Wilson is at least professional enough that he goes out and does his job even though he doesn't want to be there.
Get you a fucking game winner.
He ran his dick off.
Yeah.
From what I saw for the 10 minutes he was on the pitch, 12 minutes he was on the pitch, he ran hard. He tried. That's what you need is everyone pulling the same direction.
Not hard.
And if somebody's not going to be a complete professional, then fuck them. Get out.
Yeah.
Slide Bowen into that 10.
Yeah. Let him go.
See what happens.
Moving on. For me, definitely not a penalty against Burnley. Now, the footy gods got it right, and Sloboslai put it off the fucking post, much to my demise of my fantasy score. But, I mean, for me, it wasn't a pen.
Yeah, I'm trying to really remember the chance that happened, to be honest. I don't really remember the incident.
It came through, got a little bit of the ball, went through didn't really go through the man. It was more the man went through him, and they called it a pen. It was just...
Yeah.
If Mo was there, it would have been a Mo Salah special.
I honestly, it's one of those, and we're going to come on to another one of those later on as well.
Yeah.
Where, in the Brighton game, where I think if you give the referee a decision to make, it's kind of on you anyway.
Fair. But seemingly get it right. Verts takes care of things before the end of the half. They go up 1-0.
But it took, how long did it take?
Yeah.
Liverpool should have been 3-0 up by that point.
Oh, yeah. Well, Dubravka made a couple of big saves, kept them in it. Their defense was holding.
I thought most of Liverpool's efforts were fairly tame, to be honest.
Yeah, but
I thought Dubravka only had one really
nice dive.
decent save in the first half. But Verts, I mean, no goalkeeper in the world stopping that.
No.
What a venomous hit that was, with his off foot as well. That was decent.
But here's the thing for me.
A great composure from Curtis Jones. To get that ball on the end line, and instead of just rifling it into the middle, hoping for the best, he actually stutter step, took his time, got his head up, saw Verts by himself, passed it back, and now you're seeing the technical ability start to come out, right? Why they paid 160 million for him, whatever it was, 116, whatever it was. That little touch to get the ball out from under his feet from that pass was perfect. And then to be able to strike the ball with that amount of ferocity with your weaker foot into that space where the goalkeeper, if he's not already there, he's not getting to it. It was perfect.
Burnley actually pushed the Reds around in the second half.
Yes, they did. They grew
really
right
did.
into the game.
There is an old saying for the Mats, the replacements, right? They were a band from a punk band that came from Minneapolis, same place as Husker Du. They were going to be massive, and they never really were. And the running joke for them, and I like to think of this right now for Liverpool, snatching defeat out of the jaws of victory.
Yeah.
Just going, we're going to win this one? No, we aren't.
Yeah.
It's just...
And really, they should have lost 2-1. Think of Konate's pass back that Allison had to fucking rescue.
You let 19th place Burnley come into your building. You had a 1-0 lead at the half, and you let them push you around at Anfield?
I mean, they had a lot of possession in the second half, but they didn't have many chances.
No, they didn't.
And that's where you leave yourself open, right? And the more you push and push and push, right? And this is kind of what happened to City with their possession. Was eventually somebody's going to have a chance when they break. And they did. And Marcus Edwards found the far corner expertly well. That being said, I think Allison could have done better.
I don't disagree.
Because it went right under him.
But here's the thing. We say this about teams like Liverpool and United and City and Arsenal. You can tell when a goal is coming, right? It's like 5 minutes of it's only a matter of time. Leading up to that goal, I'm watching the game going, it's only a matter of time before Burnley scores. Burnley's going to equalize this game. Just watching it, I was like, it's going to fucking happen. And I don't think anyone was surprised when they did. Like,
that's what happens when you let a team linger around, right? And you take your foot off the gas a little bit. I mean, I think back to Arsenal Sunderland. I think back to the last 4 City games, essentially, all 4 of them. You allow a team to stick around, and then you get sucked out a little bit. And this can happen to anybody.
And it does bring up the question now that a team like United is starting to fucking figure it out. Like, and 10th place Everton is only 4 points behind 4th place fucking Liverpool.
Yeah, I thought the last couple of weeks we're going to start to see some separation, and everybody's either fucked up or all done well at the same time.
Normally, when one of the elite teams have a bad season, they finish in 3rd. Starting to look like they might not.
Are you calling Spurs an elite team?
No, I'm talking about Liverpool and City, like
right,
how
good.
they'll just finish in 3rd.
I thought I was going to have to cut you off over there.
Like, City had a terrible year last year. Finished in fucking
I've
3rd.
never once cut you off drinking.
Yeah, no.
I thought I was going to have to cut you off. I thought you were referencing Spurs.
But, like, there's a good chance Liverpool doesn't make the Champions League unless you all do really well. Everybody does well in Champions League, and the 5th place gets to backdoor its way into Champions League like last year. But,
right? Who knows? You never know. I could also see.
Not.
I mean, 2 out of 3 games, which we're going to come on to, obviously for Chelsea. 2 out of 3 games win, right? Obviously the first one in the Premier League, but they look more organized. They look like they have more of a plan under Rose Senior so far. So if they get their shit together, then you got another team to worry about for that 4th spot, 5th spot. And if Liverpool can't figure their shit out because of injuries or whatever, I mean, Ekitike had 3-4 chances in this game, should have scored from at least 2 of them, for sure. But I was also a score or assist Ekitike away from 165 doll hairs.
Oh,
which annoyed me. And he did have the ball in the back of the net once.
Yeah.
I was pissed.
So, awful match. This should be an Oso that happened match, but it looks like Wolves are going, you know what? We're going down, but we're not going to be fucking Derby County. We are not going to be Sheffield United. We are not going to be fucking Southampton. And a lot of it comes down to Edwards, and he's starting to play some kids, and he's starting to go, oh, you think you're too good for us? Fine, fucking sit on the bench. I don't care.
How many times have I told you this? Go to the academy when things are in a shithole. Because those kids care, and they want to fucking play for the shirt regardless of what results are.
It sends a message.
But it also, it shows somebody that gives a fuck. And effort is what 70% of what you have to do. Talent only gets you so far. If you don't care, look at Mario Balotelli's career. If you don't care, what are you going to do? Right? You can go out, have the worst game of your life, get sent off, then go home and let fireworks off in your bathroom. Like, it's stupid. So put the kids in. If you're not going to fucking play, seasoned professional, sit the fuck down and let, young whoever give it a go, because he's going to at least try. How many times have I said, just try? And that was the statement from what's his, I can't remember the defender that said it. What was the, it doesn't matter what his name is, but the statement he said a couple of weeks ago, are we going to be remembered as cowards that didn't try to fight to stay in the league? Or are we going to essentially resign to the fact that they're getting relegated?
Right.
Or are we going to be remembered for giving a shit and trying to stay in the league?
Right.
At least people will respect us if we try to stay in the league.
We're talking about them. I was ready to stop talking about Wolves.
That's why I gave them the love when they beat Tottenham.
Yeah.
Or whatever it was last week when I was in charge.
Yeah.
That's why I said I'm doing this for our boy Danny.
Yeah.
Because we might not talk about them again the rest of the season. I'm not sure.
And
I led the show with them.
These last couple of fucking performances have shown, we're going to fucking talk about them because they're at least fucking trying.
But to give
they're not getting the Norwich treatment.
Correct. To give this game the respect it deserves, though, I want to tell you that I did fall asleep during it 3 times.
It was terrible.
There were 4 fairly tame shots on target between both teams, and really only the one Bruno Guimaraes shot that was kind of a weird spin and turn over his left shoulder was the only shot that warranted any concern at all, but it was still fairly comfortable for the goalkeeper.
One very quick point, keep it like under 30 seconds here, is Newcastle could very well miss out on Europe. If they do, that affects how they're able to spend money. I wonder, is Howe out of ideas?
Maybe. I don't think the summer signings have worked out. I think Wiesa will come good. Wiesa's a good player. Being injured for so long, I think, has obviously affected his start to his Newcastle career here in the first few weeks of him actually being able to play.
And Voltamata's not bad.
No, Voltamata's good.
Yeah, and I think it'll be good
I like
to have him
Voltamata.
and Wiesa.
Yeah.
But Alenga's not getting it done.
No, he's not. He's not doing a job. I think they
Anthony Gordon has fallen off big time.
And they did start. I think Gordon and Barnes are probably their best starting wingers, but they both play on the same side.
Right.
So I think they're going to need to get used to either sharing time. Whoever's on form starts. The other one comes in at 65 minutes.
Yeah.
The other side should be Jacob Murphy, but he's not fancied. So they started both of them this game, and I thought they looked unbalanced.
Yeah, agree. Rounding out the rest of the league, and so that happened. Leeds 1, Fulham 0, Chelsea 2, Brentford 0, Sunderland 2, Palace 1, Arsenal 0, Forest 0, Everton 1, Villa 0, Brighton 1, Bournemouth 1. Very simple. The reason why I put Leeds Fulham right at the front, that was exactly what Leeds needed to do. When everybody else got points, go win a fucking game.
Yep.
Keep the distance exactly where it is. You keep it at 8 fucking points. We are keeping you 3 fucking wins away from us.
But the big deal here, I think, is Calvert-Lewin finding his feet. Brendan Harrison stepping up to the plate, obviously. He should have had a goal in this game, didn't. There was a little bit of a wayward shot. But the big deal that I've noticed here in Leeds in the last few weeks from how they started the season is leagues are quickly becoming the same sort of proposition at home that Sunderland are. Their stadium is their 12th man.
Oh, yeah. Big time. We knew that with Ellen Road.
And we knew it could be that way.
Right.
It didn't start that way. They were getting trounced those first few weeks of the season.
Yeah.
But even in if before the season starts, people are calling for your manager's head because of what happened with a previous team after he brought you up like that.
Right.
Is a nervous start. In those first 4 or 5 games, they look like shit.
Yeah.
I mean, Arsenal barely did anything and walked out 5-0 winners. Now, granted, that was at the Emirates, but my point is they have figured out how to make Ellen Road a fortress, and the fans have just bought in and gotten behind it. DCL scoring goals. You have Brendan Aronson, who people last time they were in the league were calling for his head. They've lost pieces like Tyler Adams, who was doing well for Bournemouth, who probably could have done a job here for Leeds if he was still there. There's a lot of things that they let go. That, blah, 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 that there was a lot of question marks over Leeds at the start of the season.
Of course.
And they have righted that ship, and they have figured out how to make, and the crux of it is Ellen Road.
And that's what gets them the win at the end of the match.
Absolutely.
It was got them over the line.
A very good goal, to be fair. Here's another red card I think should have been called, is Harry Wilson.
Yeah.
A slide tackle from behind when the ball's 20 yards ahead.
Yeah, that's a fucking red card.
I think it's a red card.
Yeah, that's intentional. That's yeah, absolutely.
And it's not a cynical pullback, soft.
He just went right
thing.
the fuck through him.
He just went right through him. I think that should have been a red.
Fulham just unlucky. They've been in good form. You faced the wrong team in their building at the wrong time.
Yep.
And for them, Iwobi's coming back, which is going to offer some more creativity.
It's going to be huge. But it's also against Leeds, a newly promoted side that Marco Silva doesn't fancy.
Yeah.
So it's one of those situations again where, and this is where I get nervous. Like Spurs is going to pull this trigger on Marco Silva, right, potentially, and try to lure him across London. He doesn't care about teams that are below him in the league.
Yeah, he
does not care.
No.
So Spurs are going to be the same.
Well, I mean, the good news is then he'll only not care about 5 teams.
Fair duty. Every other game is a big game.
Bees had early chances. Chelsea gave them the opportunity to go get the game, but ultimately
He's had
Chelsea
chances throughout the game.
Yeah, but ultimately Chelsea figured out the way. The big thing is, I know it's a penalty, but Palmer scoring is important. It just kind of solidifies their team. It's
not that Brentford were wasteful or wild with their chances. They were skimming the post here and there. There's a couple
those couple early on that just went wide. That it's like
there was a couple chances
one of those goes in
that came quickly at weird angles. I think of the was it Jan Elder Jensen to his left foot with that volley that went just hit the outside of the post.
When the fuck are people going to figure out that everything Brentford does is quick counterattacks and don't let them fucking do it?
It's just,
don't let them do it.
But when you have 60%, 70% possession, it's hard to not get sucked up. Your defenders get sucked up. The only other thing I really want to say about this game is how much I hate Mark Cucurella. Mm-hmm. He is a cunt.
Yeah, I know. I knew you never liked him.
He's a fucking cunt.
All right, keeping it rolling.
The two hit.
So
fuck off.
We should be talking more about Sunderland in this segment, but we're not because of everything that's going on at Palace. But very simply put, the Black Cats do it again.
Yes.
It does not matter. They are going to figure out a way to at least get a point in their building. And in more than likely, they're going to come from behind and win. Like they did here.
And
They've done this multiple fucking times in their building.
And here comes Brobby again with the winner. Fucking great goal.
They're not going to, in their building, they're not going away. They're not going away.
The week leading up to the game.
I don't know if anybody's going to beat them this year in their building because the big dogs haven't.
In the week leading up to the game, Jean-Philippe Mateta has decided to start talking to Juventus. And then the day before the game, you have Mark Gahey being sold to Manchester City.
Which then prompted Ollie Glasner to say, what?
I'm leaving in the summer.
Yeah.
I'm out. And that was the pre-match press conference, which is bad enough. Apparently, the Palace hierarchy had no idea he was going to announce that, which is one of the problems. There were crunch talks following this game about Glasner's future.
Yeah, because if you don't want to be here, leave now.
Because in the post-match press conference, Ollie Glasner essentially threw the board under the bus.
Yeah.
And said, I feel abandoned, and so do my players. On the eve of the Premier League season, you let our best player go in Eberechi Eze. My argument to that one would be that started the day after the season ended.
Yeah.
Tottenham were in for him. He was holding out for Arsenal.
Yeah.
To come in. You knew you were losing him.
Talk to the player and find out where it is he really wants to go and start talking to the club he really wants to go to.
You knew you were losing Gahey.
Yeah.
That part is on the Palace board. They should have gotten those deals over the line faster.
Yeah.
So they could have recruited somebody as a replacement. Now you're looking at a situation where on the eve of the season and the eve of a Premier League game, you lose your best player and your captain, right? I feel abandoned. I look down the side. I look down the bench, and all I see are children. Who can I bring on to change the game? Blah 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 blah. You should have had those conversations behind closed doors.
Oh yeah.
You should not be having that in the press. And all signs are pointing to he's trying to get himself fired like Amorim did.
Yeah.
So he can get his compensation package.
Well, here's also the other thing though. With that in mind, you knew who the fuck you were signing on to. Palace has always been a selling club. Always been a selling club. They barely reinvested back into their team. Hardly fucking ever. Like, you knew what was happening. You knew what was happening. You knew who you were with. Keep your mouth shut. Get the big gig afterwards.
I mean, it's that part is true. I do have sympathy for him.
I mean, of course.
I have sympathy for him. Is 20 million that worth it?
Right.
If you win the Europa Conference League?
Right.
Okay, he's going to play. He's still playing for England.
Yeah. Yeah.
Is it that important?
And he would have left in glory winning the Conference League for you. And now you're probably not winning the Conference League.
A second trophy in your history.
Yeah, you're probably not.
Now you're going to be left exposed at the back again.
Yeah.
Because even with him, you were getting shit on by some teams. Not shit on, but you were getting beat by some teams that have already, that shouldn't be beating you. Your budget alone should propel you to victory in this cup.
All right, so there's not a lot to really talk about in your match. It was fucking dull. But
It was boring as fuck, this game.
everyone is healthy. There is a plethora of fucking options. You weren't able to get a goal. Yes, there could have been a handball called. You've seen it called 100 times, and for some reason, again, VAR decided this weekend they didn't want to fucking change the outcomes of games. Do we put this one on Arteta?
No.
He had all the pieces. He had all of his
So-
pieces at his disposal.
Calafiori's still hurt. Kai Havertz doesn't have any fitness yet, which is why he's only featured once since coming back. I put this, Gyökeres is starting to frustrate the fuck out of me.
Mm-hmm.
That chance he was played through down the middle, and he had a step on both central defenders and ended up slowing up to try to body somebody and then getting bodied.
Mm-hmm.
We bought a battering ram, and he's turning out to be a fluffy pillow.
Yeah,
And it's starting to piss me off a bit.
right. Go
To
be
be
tough.
honest.
Thought you were tough.
Now, I get it. You need time to integrate
He
to the
scored a fuck ton of goals in the championship too. You would expect he'd be
right,
good
but
with being physical.
we don't play based on pumping crosses into the box and playing with service.
Right.
We play to feet. Figure out how to play to feet.
Right.
Be stronger. Be faster.
Right.
Train harder.
Mm-hmm.
What are you doing? And then, I mean, the Martinelli chance is another one that speaks. You're coming off the back of a hat trick. Why you go at that with your left foot? You had time probably to control it, take another step, and open your body up, which would have kept the ball on target rather than tailing away from target. But Sells had to make one really good save. Other than that, we just didn't show anything.
It was a great save.
And again, I'm going to say the same thing about this that I said about City, right? I'm not going to play into the Liverpool way of blaming the referee for one decision that
Right.
even 75 to 80 times out of 100 is called in the favor of the team it happened
You had
to.
89 minutes.
89 minutes and 30 seconds worth of time we were the better team and should have scored goals.
Right. And you did.
And we fucking didn't. So I think it was a handball. There's an obvious motion he makes with his arm that keeps it in play, that keeps it going in his favor. I think it should have been called. I think VAR essentially fell down on their responsibilities.
Yeah.
But we had loads of chances and could not convert. And that is our fault and our fault alone.
Yeah. But you fell into luck because
Everybody else fucked it off.
You somehow dropped 2 points yet gained one in the standings.
Everybody else fucked it off.
Like,
And the other thing is how many times last season did we talk about the City Ground being an intimidating place to go?
Right.
And they were up for this game.
well,
The fans were up for this game. And notoriously at home, Sean Dyche, how many times I tell you under Everton?
That's what I was
right?
just about to say. I was like, did you just get diced? Is that what
Yeah.
it is? Tough stadium with a tough manager.
It's essentially what it is,
Yeah.
Because, like I said, we were the better team. We had more chances than they did, and we should have fucking won the game on our own volition without the referee. It is annoying that the referee didn't do his job as well, or VAR, whoever you want to blame it on. But ultimately, you can't. If you're going to win a championship, you cannot rely on VAR to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Right.
You have to do it yourself. And we had the game in our control and we failed to do it. So at the end of the day, it's our fault. But as you say, City lost, Villa lost, Newcastle drew, Chelsea won, but they're far enough back at the moment that it's not really a concern.
Yeah, Liverpool drew.
So we extended our lead at the top of the table to 7 points over Villa and City, which makes me less bitter about how our team performed. But the key is, right, is that's a third result that they have to have,
Yeah.
right, over us
It's now 3.
at that weekend.
Yep.
And 3 results is something we haven't lost in or drawn in a row in a very, very fucking long time.
Yeah.
So we at least hold serve, if not get one better on you. And I don't think by the end of the season, those 3 results are going to happen at the same time.
All right, producer Mel, we need you now. The marriage-ending derby. Both sat down to watch. I just Why the fuck were your fans booing fucking Jack Grealish?
I don't know. There's a lot of things that was happening with Villa that I don't understand.
I was baffled. I'm like,
He stayed with you in the championship.
he stayed with you in the
He made you
championship.
100 million pounds.
I don't understand.
The
There should be a
team you are
statue of that
today,
man.
legitimately, the team you are today was built off of the money he made for you.
I think it's, what do you call them, brummies? They're not smart.
I wouldn't say that and then show your face in that town.
He is.
They're also a dangerous bunch.
Yeah, no, I'm not going to Birmingham. Are you kidding me?
He's walking around the ground seeing people like he's the nicest
it was the
fucking
popped
guy
collar.
in that world.
It was
like
the popped collar. He looks like a fuck boy.
He is a fuck boy.
we've
been
discussed
through
this.
that too.
I know.
In the
popped
dictionary,
collar-
there is
the
the word
popped
fuck
collar
boy, and
was
there's a
just-
picture of Jack Grealish.
I'm like, dude, why are you the villain from an 80s movie?
It's how he rolls, man. It's what he does. And all that being said,
And he was doing all the things he did at Villa too, and at City. To be honest, he's the same player.
Yeah.
Winning fouls all over the pitch,
Villa
alleviating pressure.
We went into the stadium soft.
and Villa were thin on players, but so were fucking Everton. Had legitimately one sub to affect the game.
Our
which was
boy
Bell.
Rob did that once and still fucked.
Yeah, he still got it done. Going in soft cotton.
That's a bold move.
But
It's dodgeball.
yeah.
2 for 2 references,
There we
bitch.
go.
Come on.
Now, but in regards to that, Everton had one sub that they could use to affect the game, right? And it was a striker. Like they didn't have anything they could do in
Okay,
the
Ali
midfield.
Glasner, calm down.
But
He had Seamus Coleman on the bench.
no, he was injured.
That's right. He sneezed and popped a rib because
But-
he's 42 years old.
He was injured, and there were so many spaces on our bench that they were just like, "Yeah, you could go ahead and suit up and sit with us. Why not? You know,
Yeah.
come hang out
Moral
with the boys."
support.
I honestly think John McGinn's injury early on affected the game more than anybody's given it credit for.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
But also, you can miss Kamara or you can miss Onana. You can't miss
It's both, yeah.
And a few things worth noting.
But who's a Gason or whoever it is that came,
Gassand.
Yeah.
that came in for McGinn?
Yeah.
He's not a game controller person,
like
right?
McGinn is.
Like McGinn is. McGinn will say, I mean, he did it 2 times before he got hurt, which was quite early on, using his arse to move people out of the way and retain possession of the ball, right? Gassand doesn't do that. He's more of an attacking threat than McGinn is, but in terms of doing the hard work in the defensive situations, he's not exactly somebody I would rely on. And I think that changed the game way more than anybody, because all across Everton's midfield is hardworking people that'll do both sides.
Well, that
including
was-
Dwight McNeil.
Jimmy Gardner put in a shift
Yeah, he did.
because all he limited Rodgers to was shots from 20 yards out that went into Rosette.
And he was
That
trying. He was the
all he could
epitome
do.
of trying way too hard.
Well, and it was Garner was in his back pocket everywhere, which then just let O'Brien and Tark worry about Watkins.
But
Watkins was non-existent.
Morgan Rogers, and this will come from with experience, like more experience. It just had to be more patient. Just hold the ball that extra second, and
Set yourself up
calm
better.
yourself down and relax. Because every swing at the ball was wild, and this is where, like I said about Brentford, where things aren't. I didn't feel like they were like stretching for things or wild or frantic. They were just unlucky and maybe a little lack of ruthlessness.
Right.
Some of Morgan Rogers' chances were wild and frantic. I mean, I've never seen him put the ball out almost for a throw-in,
Right.
and he did in this game.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know what's happening.
I'm intrigued to know the ever moving goalpost that is the offsides rule. I always thought it was if you were distracting the keeper, if you were messing with the keeper's sight line, but apparently now if you jump up and the defender behind you didn't see the ball, now apparently when it's going sideways, not at the goal, that apparently now is offsides.
So, if I would argue if a defender was behind him, he was probably onside.
He was in offside position, went into an onside position, jumped up, the ball went over both of them.
So he affected the
and-
play. He tried to
yeah.
make a play on the ball.
And O'Brien.
That's offside.
Right. I'm fine with that, and I'm fine with them calling it, right? if you called it all the fucking time.
All right.
And they fucking don't.
Well, 2 seasons ago, Gabrielle smashed the ball off of a forward, but because Gabrielle played the pass and that forward, the ball ricochets to Martinelli, who's running on.
Yeah.
And you wouldn't let me live it down for 2 fucking weeks.
I will.
Do you remember that?
Because I love getting your goat.
Do you remember that?
Yes, I do.
Yeah,
'cause I
so
love getting
same
your goat.
situation.
Now, here was the thing that I wanted to get at, is yet again, in that circumstance, it is the same thing that happened with your handball. It is the same thing that happened with the Dallow potential red card. VAR decided we're not going to change the outcome of games this week. That is exact. I mean, it can't be anything less than that, because all 3 of those are 1, 2, and 3. We're not going to affect the game. And I think because they didn't call the red card is why they didn't call the handball, which is why they did call the offsides. I really think that those played into one another, because, well, if we call the handball and they win and they go up by 9, oh my God! Or if we didn't call this handball, but we didn't call this offsides, and they get the goal, oh my God! I think that plays into it. I really do.
The way that they've implemented VAR over the last couple of years, I don't think that they're smart enough for that.
Fair enough. Producer Mel, as you get ready to take your shot of Malort there, I'm going to do like Tiano Berry as he scored the goal. As the ball was already going in the net.
I don't think he realizes the cameras don't pan with him.
For those of you that don't know, Sam just walked to the corner of an empty room and pointed at his own face. For no reason.
Because that's what Tiano Berry did.
With his stupid eyes that he can't open very far.
He did. The ball wasn't even in the net, and Tiano Berry was already running away with his arms in the air, and then stopped and looked at all the people at Berry Park, is what he called it, instead of Villa Park, and just sat there and pointed at himself, looking at him, going, huh?
Going confused. Yeah. Can I also, very quickly...
That's 4-8, by the way.
Just Gabrielle's got a shade of it, but I think his turkey teeth were done a little bit better.
Okay.
But Gabrielle's close. He's borderline. Somebody with that size lips shouldn't have turkey teeth.
Heard.
Can I?
Fair enough.
Everything looks big.
All right. So final game of the day of the week.
Again, real quick,
Yeah.
Villa's fine.
Yeah.
I'm not worried about it. This is a one-off.
I mean,
Again.
honestly,
We're apparently out of a title race we were never in.
Yeah, I mean, you were going to have these. I suspected these results more from you than I do from City.
Villa, in my opinion, is more likely to finish second than City or Liverpool.
Now, yes.
I think it's Villa that finishes in second place.
I believe that as well now.
Yeah.
Yes.
And if anybody makes it close, like makes it 3 or 4 points, it will be Villa. It's not going to be City.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think Villa are a better team than City are. So when they come up against each other in a couple of weeks, a few weeks from now, I think Villa might get the better of them.
I also think
that,
Villa's very good in the transfer window in January to find those lone players that they need that'll make an impact.
Mm-hmm.
They'll get
that's
someone.
their dues too.
One of the big ones that there's big rumor on right now is Tammy Abraham to be up to Ollie.
I mean, think about the 2 key results that Villa's had are this game and the Arsenal at what, the 30th or whatever it was of December, the 4-1.
Yeah,
there's nothing to suggest in the last 14 games that Villa are actually slowing down.
No.
They had chances in the game.
Yeah.
They were wild and frantic in taking those chances. I think they put a little too much. When City come to town with Jack Grealish, he had just left. Yeah. It was all cheers and we love you and thank you for everything you did for us. When Jack Grealish came back with Everton, it was, we're clubs of technically the same size, right? And you chose them rather than come back here on loan. Not that they were necessarily in for him, but I think the support was like, well, if you're going to go anywhere, why would you go there? Right. Why wouldn't you come here?
Right. Well, because they pick up his wages.
Well, doesn't matter, not the point.
Right.
But my point is I think they saw that as the fans saw that as a little bit of a lack of respect, and they got on his back. And Jack does what Jack does. and Everton executed their game plan to perfection. Disrupt, hurry, get a little bit lucky.
Mm-hmm. They did perfect.
Because nothing Tino Berry has done this season suggested he could finish like that.
Yeah, fucking gorgeous.
And he did it.
And with that,
Sorry.
Everton win in the league at Villa Park for the first time since 2016. Was the last time the year they got relegated.
There you go.
Now
a bar fight.
Yeah, a bar fight, a soft penalty, but really, I mean,
This was the other one
it's all about the end of the match.
This is the one I thought about here. What I said before, the goalkeeper gave the referee a decision to make in this one. He hit him glancing.
Yeah.
He was already going down, in my opinion. But the forward got the ball.
Yep.
And that's the key point.
Yeah.
It's soft. I would, again, with the handball, I would have understood, and I do understand why they didn't give it.
Right.
Right? His arm was in a natural position, and there was a little bit of a push in the back. So is he making the motion? Is it the push that gives him the motion? Right here, he's already going down a bit, but there's no contact on the ball. If he got a fucking pube on that ball, it wouldn't have been a penalty. But he didn't touch the ball.
Right.
So that glancing foot across his thigh, Adley won the penalty.
Yep.
And that's just it. That's just is what it is.
And really all that matters, that fucking strike at the end.
Bro. Kid's 18 fucking years old.
Yeah.
18 years old. I don't even remember his name.
It's Greek. It's got a lot of S's and T's.
It was a great cross to the far post to put it in, kind of, please head this back across into the mixer after I've made everyone move.
Right.
Like, it was the perfect, most inviting cross.
And you knew what he was doing when he chested it. You were like, he's
as
going
soon as
for
it came to him, I knew what he was doing.
You're like, he's fucking overhead kicking that shit.
I was sitting in the waiting room of the PT place with Tegan, and I went, holy fuck. And Tegan went, Dad, we're in public. Yeah. And I went, Tegan, look at this. And I showed her the replay, and she went, holy hell. Because now that she's turned 16, Mel, she's allowed to say hell, damn, and ass. Mm-hmm. Those are Dad's rules.
Yeah.
Shit fucking bitch come at 18.
Got it.
Because you have to learn, and I'm a firm proponent of this, having one of the worst potty mouths that anyone knows, you have to learn when and when not to do it.
Yep. Although, on her 18th birthday, she's going to look at you and go, well, fuckity fuck, fuck, fuck.
I walked downstairs and I went, Ma, how the fuck are you? At 18.
Yep.
And she went, you're pushing it. I said, all right, cheers.
There we go. Now, that fucking strike.
It was great. Outside of the boot as well. That's the wrong foot he should have went with, to be honest. But there were so many things that he had to do in that moment, right? When the ball comes into it, comes in at pace, he pops it up with the wrong side of his chest, honestly, his right side, which puts it on his right foot. He's angled to where he needs to hit it with his left, but somehow he figures out how to sort his body out. Outside of the boot, overhead kick, scissor kick, bang into the far corner.
And then Brogan
has
fuck off.
There was he was rooted to the spot.
It's 1-2. He couldn't see it at all. And then the minute he went by him, he's just looking at it. That's when as a goalie where you're like, fuck you, man. Really? This is what's going to happen? Fuck off, man.
Bro.
Because there's nothing you could do about it. And you're just like, fuck you.
For him, as an 18-year-old sculpted Greek person, if that had happened in, say, Newcastle or Sunderland, he would be sitting alone in his hotel room tonight. But because it happened in his home stadium where people are already on his side, he's fucked half of the girls in Brighton by now. Guaranteed.
Sure money.
How'd you do, stud?
I lost. Big surprise.
Yeah.
I fell down at the first hurdle. Because I thought City were not going to be impotent.
Right. Likewise.
Unlike that Brighton striker.
Likewise, I fell down
who was virile
at the first hurdle, but I if you're gonna lose
spectacularly
for the first time in like I want to say it was something like 10 years, I think, maybe even longer. All of the top 4 sides did not win. The highest team to win was 5th place Manchester United. All of the top 4 dropped points.
nice.
I picked all 4 of them to win. So because of that, I am down $1,282.
Big Sam's Lock of the Week.
I know you love round numbers, Sam. So 10% of the time, it works 100% of the time.
Yes.
For no good reason other than it just kind of scratches an itch, and both teams' form lately and the odds were great. I'm taking a pair of draws. Spurs to draw at Burnley, Liverpool to draw at Bournemouth, plus 1209.
Nice.
Like
What was the second game?
Liverpool at Bournemouth.
Nice.
Liverpool draw,
All right.
Spurs draw.
I stayed away from the Liverpool game.
I just well, you were staying away from it because you were like, well, I can't pick them to fucking win.
Yeah. Definitely
Pick
not.
them to draw though. So there you go. If I hit, I'm almost in the black. If I don't, well, it's another loss.
Yeah.
The odds were way too good. Fucking
I hear you.
for 2 draws. Fuck yeah.
I hear you. You better get that button ready.
Uh-huh.
9-way parlay.
It's 9, baby.
That boy.
It worked for me once. I'm going to do it again.
Go back to
and
the
as
well.
long as you keep fucking it off, I'm not going to bet City to win.
Well, if you would have bet just City to win this week,
I'd have
you'd have
lost. Yeah, 100%. So I do
Not good gambling.
I do have City to win over Wolves
Not good gambling.
and over 1.5 in the game. So that's 2 legs right there. I've got.
Get it the fuck together, Sam.
I have Sunderland or draw with West Ham.
Okay.
Honestly, I think Sunderland are going to win.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted safer money,
Fair.
so I bet the double chance.
Very fair.
Burnley and Tottenham to end up in Oso on our show with
God, yeah.
with under 3.5 goals.
No, definitely.
And I think that's probably a 1-1 draw.
Yeah.
But I only bet under 3.5.
Very good.
Smart money. Chelsea to beat Palace. I don't think the players respond well to Glasner's comments.
Oh, no. The rest of Palace's season is not going to go so good.
And under Rossinier, Chelsea have looked a bit more coherent.
Yeah, they do. They look good. They look
so
they
far.
look
It's early
decent.
days, obviously,
Yeah.
but I think they look a little bit more coherent. Newcastle and Villa, 2 teams sometimes starved for goals.
Mm-hmm.
Under 4.5.
Okay.
Occasionally, they could have a ding dong.
Well, the 2 of them in their last couple of meetings have had like shootouts.
Which is why I'm banking on a 2-2 draw and hitting the under 4.5.
Got it.
That wasn't great odds. It was like minus 750 or something for that leg. Brentford or draw with Forest. It's at home. Forest aren't very good. Brentford are. Brentford or draw.
Brentford's tend not to be very good on the road, though.
I think Brentford's at home in that game.
Oh, they are. They are. You're right. They're
Yeah.
home. Yeah, they'll win that one.
And then Arsenal. Here's where I went safe money again. I think we beat United. I'm worried about them riding that wave. Arsenal or draw over 1.5 though. So I cover the 1-1.
Got it.
If we get sucked up trying to push for a second, they counterattack again.
Got it.
So I cover that. That only gets me my 9-way parlay. Only gets me
9-way parlay.
plus 887.
There you go.
And I did put $2 on it.
Oh, there you
Because
go.
the last time I did a 9-way parlay, that would have paid me 140 fucking
Guaranteeing
dollars.
you won't hit it
I
today.
didn't do it.
Terrible with money.
I am.
Now, Mr. Graham, we've already gone almost 120, and I want to wrap this up. But we're gonna do some parting words. I already know what we're gonna talk about, but let's not do Casey Kasem dead dog and make it go on forever. But Mr. Graham, any parting words?
Yeah. AFCON.
AFCON, go to AFCON.
The final of AFCON.
Uh-huh.
The host country, Morocco. I don't know if they instructed their ball boys to do it, but the referee didn't seem to care past blowing his whistle, and no one went over to stop it at all. But they were trying to steal the Senegalese goalkeeper's towel while it was pissing it down with rain.
Something they've been doing the whole tournament, by the way, the ball boys.
But this, in the final, it got attention, I guess, because I hadn't heard this yet.
Oh, yeah.
To the point where the Senegalese coach sent over the backup goalkeeper to protect the towel.
Yep.
And he's literally running from children.
Right. As they're trying to rip it out of his hands.
And the
refs could give a shit.
At one point, I think a fan might have gotten involved.
Fucking stadium officials were grabbing towels and throwing them off the pitch and shit like that. Oh, yeah. All of them.
It was ridiculous. Morocco obviously was the host of the tournament. So they were playing in the final in their host country, in their own country. And it's just a piss poor show of sporting integrity, really.
Yeah, they're going to be part of the next group that's hosting the next World Cup after USA, right?
Yeah.
We got that to look forward to.
Can't wait. Yeah. It's Spain, Portugal, and Morocco, isn't it?
No, Spain, Portugal, Morocco, and it starts in Uruguay because it's
they have one game in Uruguay, one game in Argentina,
right? Because of the
100 year. Yeah. But it's funny. Absolutely, it's funny. But it's absolutely absurd, and I am very happy that on the back of it, they lost the fucking game. That Senegal won the game.
The training ground that they were trying to send Senegal's national team to, you could see from outer space.
Yeah.
Like, you could see it, so Senegal was like, yeah, we're not going to train there because you all could see everything we want to do. You can record from drones and shit if you wanted to. There was a goal called back against Senegal, and then 3 minutes later at the other end of the pitch, the exact same foul was called for a penalty. Senegal's manager actually pulled this team off the pitch. They were about to forfeit the game and then brought him back on, which was clearly the Senegalese coach also AFCONing his AFCON only can, trying to ice the kicker, who then the kicker in his home country.
But I don't think it's just that. I think it's the bullshit with the towel. I think it's all the things that everyone's allowing to go on.
A chance to win the African Cup of Nations in your country, a major trophy for your country, and he decides to fucking be cute and try to Penanga it, of which he kicks it right at Mendy because Mendy didn't move. Mendy just went, thanks.
And thank God he had dry hands to catch it.
Yeah. And then Senegal scored and won.
Here's the key. Yellow card the manager.
Yeah.
You stop them from doing this, or I'm going to send you off.
Yeah. Or you're going to be gone.
Yeah, and I'll send off every member of your coaching staff until these weak cunts stop trying to do this shit.
Yeah, they're going to stop doing it now.
Right. Get control of the game.
Yeah.
I don't really begrudge the Senegalese manager for walking his team off.
Yeah.
I really don't.
It was a fucking shit show.
And if you know what I would love, honestly?
Welcome to the shit show.
I would love European referees to referee the Copa Libertadores or Sudamericana, whatever the Copa America.
Yeah.
That tournament. I would love South American referees to referee AFCON. African referees to referee the
CONCACAF.
Euros.
Yeah.
The Euros.
Around. Yeah.
CONCACAF referees don't deserve a sniff.
Right.
To be honest.
I will just say
my point is these countries are they're obviously going to have their own biases.
Yeah.
Against other African nations or against other European nations or other South American nations or whatever. And you can, judge them on the performance. You could do that, whatever. The performance of this referee was piss fucking poor in not controlling this game.
And it ain't the first time there's been piss poor refereeing at an AFCON.
Exactly. So you bring in somebody that doesn't give a fuck.
Right. Complete neutral.
Bring in the Europeans to referee this. Send your referees to South America to referee theirs because you don't fucking care. You're just going to apply the laws. Right? If you have a Brazilian referee in a game that includes Argentina, they probably wouldn't do that. But you understand what I'm saying.
Right.
At some point, somebody's been wronged in South America by Brazil. Mm-hmm. So if you got a Colombian referee, are they going to be completely biased? Or unbiased, rather?
Yeah.
So send the groups of referees around the world to referee the other continent shit.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I'm saying.
Whenever we are so used to how crazy CONCACAF is, just remember it could be AFCON.
It could be AFCON.
That is going to wrap it up, boys and girls. Next up is DU Does EFL, where we're going to check in on the rest of English football. And then after that, we're going to do Injury Time, which is where we check in on our fantasy scores, talk about the beers we were drinking, and our adopted club, and of course, preview the weekend's action. Should you want to support the show, Mr. Graham, how do you go about doing that?
It's very easy, actually. Patreon.com/The Football Show. Sign up to one $5 tier and you get all the things Houston is talking about.
Till next week, everybody.
Good night.
Born in the land of Bowie, Maryland. Bred to be a fan of fucking Everton. Punch you in the eye and drink your rye. Sam Houston.
Sam Houston.
Arsenal fans have another Sam. AKA the fucking Gooner Graham. Smells of a lord. Looks great in shorts. Sam Grammy.
Sam Graham.
Brooklyn United! Brooklyn United! Hit the fucking mute button!